Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I've managed to get hold of something which is quite rare in the UK, and it is the meal cold weather US, and this particular one is the menu number 7 beef stew. Now I bought this singly, so I have no idea on its production date, and I believe the Warnick company is not known for putting any sort of production stamps on their bagging. So let's get this open and see what we've got inside. Peelable seal, just like the regular MRE. Not so peelable. Looking quite a bit different. I believe a lot of the food and contents in here are freeze dried. So what have we got? First off, we have some nice white packaging. Toasted corn kernels. That's the first time I've had those. There is a vanilla pound cake. Now, I'm not 100% sure of these production dates, but I think that is the 207th day of 03. We have an oatmeal cookie with chocolate flavoured coating. There is what I believe is the main entree. It is the, very difficult to read, the freeze dried beef stew. We have a beverage base powder, and this particular one is grape. The customary MRE spoon. And a nice little accessory pack, which I shall have a look at in a minute. So, this is the contents of my menu 7 meal cold weather. So let's get them out on a tray and see what they taste and look like. Welcome back, and as you can see I now have everything laid out on the tray, and during the little break while I laid things out I did a little bit of researching on the date coding of these MREs. Now I believe the first figure is the year of manufacture, and the next 3 is the day. So in this case it is the 73rd day of 2012. Now that's what I thought. Then the more I read, I think I discovered this style of bag actually ceased production in 2008. So that would make this one a 2002. Now if anybody out there can help me with identifying what year this is, I'd be really grateful. I'm assuming it is a 2012 meal, but all evidence at the moment, what I can find, is this might be a 2002. In which case I'm eating a bit of a vintage MRE here. So if you could let me know in the comments what you think year this is, I'd be really grateful. But let's continue with the review, and we shall review it anyway, regardless of its date. Now This is the first time I've had a freeze-dried meal, so I'm going to start here because I believe you need to give it a little bit of time to reconstitute. So this is the beef stew, and I'm going to go straight for that so I can start off the reconstitution of it. Okay. Now there is a nice firm block in there, and it calls for 16 ounces of hot water to be poured in. Now for us in the Europe, that is about 500 ml, half a litre. So I have that pre-measured, and I'll just pour this in. At this stage I think I'll put most of the water, but not all, because you can't take it back out again. Already, straight away, there's a nice smell coming from that. So while that does its thing, I shall close it up. Just leave it there and come back to that in a moment. I think the next thing that needs a bit of preparation might be the coffee, so let's open the accessory bag and see what we've got in there. So, straight off the top, we have some sugar. You have some gum. It does look quite aged. Maybe it is a 2002. There is a Taster's Choice coffee. And again, I'm not sure with that date code on there. We have some matches. Regular matches, book matches. A non-dairy creamer. A moist towelette. Some toilet paper. And a little packet of Tabasco sauce. Okay, I'm looking for date codes. I can't find anything that can confirm the date of this. Right, so let's make a little bit of room. Hopefully won't be needing the toilet paper. I'll put the Tabasco sauce to one side. I won't need the towelette just yet, but I will need the creamer, the coffee and the sugar. So let's go straight with those and make ourselves a little coffee. So as I say, Nescafe, Taster's Choice. Looks like it's a light blend coffee. Standard creamer. And the sugar. Oh, that's good. Looks like the bag's got a split in it. I'm losing a lot of my water there. I'll take care of that. Let's get some water. In this coffee. So, let's have a taste. That's very mild, even if only half a cup. It's not very strong at all. Very, very mild. Not a lot of coffee flavour at all. Whether that's indicative of age or whether it's just a poor quality coffee, I'm not sure. But it's not a very nice coffee, that. It's warm and it's wet. That's all I can say. Let's put that to one side. And we have the Beverage Powder, base powder grape. Now it does tell you to fill up to the line, but I will use a glass. I have a glass here just for demonstration purposes, and let's have a look. There is a reseal at the top there. I'm just going to open it so I can get it into the glass. Very fine powder, not too coloured this time, which is nice to see. And I've realised I've forgotten my cold water, so I should pause it there and I should be back in a moment. I'm back. I do apologise for that. It just proves these are totally unplanned as such, and we just go with the flow. So let's add a little bit of water to my grape drink. Straight away it's gone a purple colour. Dissolving nicely and easily, purpley blue. There is a smell of grape coming from there. That is quite sour. Give it another stir, I don't think it's fully dissolved. Subtle hint of grape, not overpowering. Chemical flavour, but still quite pleasant. Quite pleasant. Again, there's a slight aftertaste, which I don't know if it's now in my imagination, because I think this could be a 2002, making it 16 years old. But there's a slight aftertaste there, but not unpalatable. Okay, just wipe my spoon. And I'll have a look at the toasted corn kernels. I've seen these on other people's reviews. I've never tried them, so it'll be interesting to see what they are. There's a little oxygenator. Remove that, and we'll pour those out. Inside. Now, never tried the corn kernels before. It's not something we generally have here in the UK, so I shall give those a try. As you can probably hear, they're very crunchy. They're not soft. Slight saltiness to them. And taste a little bite corn chips. We have similar sort of things in here in the UK, like Doritos. They taste a little bit like Doritos, corn chips, but they're quite pleasant, very crunchy, slightly salted. with a corn chip type flavour. I shall have another taste of the coffee. That's not improved. It's not a very strong quality coffee, I don't think, in my opinion. Okay. Let's have a look at this oatmeal cookie with a chocolate flavour coating. Very nice looking little chocolate coated biscuit there. Just taste that in a moment, and we'll have a look at this vanilla pound cake. Again, another oxygenator well embedded in there. Put that there for a moment. Now, let's have a look at the mains. It's gone a little bit softer. I think the bag there has punctured. I have gravy running out of the bag. There's still one or two lumps in there that I can feel. I don't think it's fully reconstituted. I'll give it a little bit more of that water. I didn't add all of it. Okay. It's looking better. I'll come back to that again in a minute. Give it a few more minutes. So, let's have a look at this pound cake while we're waiting. Now, the last one of these I tried was very dry and crumbly. This one feels a little bit moister, quite soft. It is still crumbling, it's falling all over my table. It's very dry, very thirst provoking, but there is a very slight hint there of vanilla. Not as dry as the last one I tried, so in that aspect it's a little bit better. As you chew it, it does start to melt in your mouth and moisten up. It's actually a very nice cake. The more you bite into it, it's very similar to what we'd have in England called a Madeira cake. It's that sort of flavour and texture. Would go very nice with custard. As Brits do love custard on cake, this would be a very nice cake to have custard poured over. Very nice. A little bit dry and crumbly. It's coating my table with crumbs, but it's a very nice cake. Let's have a look at this chocolate biscuit, as we would call them here in the UK. Chocolate coated cookie. It's firm, it's dry. The chocolate is quite soft. It's not a firm chocolate, it's a very soft chocolate. It's more like what we'd call a thick chocolate icing here in the UK. Sweet, dry, chocolatey. The chocolate is, we have different brands of chocolate in the UK. We have like eating chocolate and cooking chocolate. This tastes like the chocolate that you traditionally cook with, as opposed to being an eating as you wouldn't see if a bar of that chocolate, but it's still very nice. Still very nice. It's a plain cookie or biscuit with cooking chocolate on top, but still very pleasant. Let's have another taste of this grape. It's a now nice bluey purple colour. Has a bubblegum sort of smell to it. Very chemical flavoured, but still, it's an enjoyable drink. Now, I think it's time we empty out the mains now and see what we've got. I shall just pour it onto the tray. It's already dripping. There is a big portion there. Still a little bit dry in the middle. Huge portion. It's totally filled the tray here. Still some dry crystals in the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try it off the edge. So we can see there is potatoes, sweet corn, carrots, peas. I can see the beef in there. Very hearty looking, healthy looking portion. Let's have a taste of that. Very nice. It's got a soft texture. If this was fresh, you'd say it's slightly overcooked. But bearing in mind this is freeze dried, so you expect it to be a little bit soft. It's very mild in flavour. It's not over salted, over peppered. You can taste the different vegetables. The gravy is mild but flavoursome. I do keep getting a slight crunch. It's not fully reconstituted, but even so, it's still enjoyable. Very soft. Nobody would have problems eating that. And a huge portion. One of the largest portions I've seen in MRE up to this date. Very huge portion. I think that's probably because it's a cold weather. You need more fuel to keep yourself warm, and this certainly provides you plenty of that. Very enjoyable. Now, I wouldn't usually put Tabasco sauce on the stew, but it's here, so let's just put a little bit in the corner. And I'm not going to go mad. I'll just give it a little bit, and mix that in there. And smell the Tabasco sauce coming off on the heat. Let's try a little bit with the Tabasco. It gives it a little bit of background kick, but surprisingly adds very little flavour. It's now give it the typical Tabasco background kick, but that's all it's done. It's not done nothing to improve the flavour really, but still very nice stew, a very nice warming hearty stew. If it was cold outside, perfect, warm you up. Another sip of the coffee. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here. I won't do a review on chewing gum. I think I've done these often enough. Spearmint flavoured gum, perfectly good to clean your palate if you've been using the Tabasco, but I don't think that needs any introduction. Leave it here. Quick summary: the corn kernels are still very firm, very crisp, very crunchy, slightly salted, very much flavour of corn chips or Doritos, but the salted, not the cheese. Very nice. Munch on while you're walking along. A bag of those will keep you happy. A chocolate cookie, chocolate covered cookie. Just a plain regular dry biscuit. Very sweet, very crunchy. The chocolate coating is, as we'd say in the UK, it's a cooking chocolate as opposed to a bar of eating chocolate, but that doesn't in any way make it a bad thing. Again, nice energy boost, walking along, that would give you a few extra calories and you wouldn't have any problems eating that. The mains. Now, took a little while to reconstitute, but it is a huge portion, huge portion. Certainly a belly filler. Nice and soft, nicely cooked. A good mix and range of vegetables in there. The beef reconstituted nicely. The gravy was not over salted or peppered. The Tabasco sauce gave it a little background, bit of heat, but it didn't really add any flavour. It just gave it that little kick, but it didn't need it. It was a very nice stew, very filling, very enjoyable. The pound cake, still crumbly. I suppose that's because there's not a lot of fat in there. They're trans fat free, but this time it's very sweet, very reminiscent of Madeira cake. Nice on its own, but a little bit dry, and a little bit of custard on that. That would really lift that up and make that a really nice pudding. The grape juice, chemical, grape smell, highly coloured, but it's a drink. It's not offensive. You just know there's not certainly a grape in there anywhere, but it's a pleasant little cold drink. I don't know if I did the coffee, but I'll come back to it again. The coffee was quite disappointing. Would not be my first choice. Would not buy that in a jar, which is a shame. But you're out in the cold, in the snow, in the ice, which these meals are designed for. It would warm you up, remind you of home. So for that purpose, it's adequate. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. And as I said early on, if anyone out there could help me identify the year, is this a 2012, or with that old style bag, would that be a 2002? If you could help me with that, I'd appreciate that. Leave it a comment in the comments below. But I'm going to leave it there. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you once again, and goodbye.